Hello, Daria. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm good. So, you are a psychology student and it's your fifth and last year, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And if you are at a party or at a meetup and you meet someone for the very first time, when you say that you are a psychology student, do they react in a certain way or how do they react?
Okay, well, the most common reaction is, oh, you are a psychologist. What's my psychological portrait then is? And I'm like, okay, a psychologist don't do this. And they're okay, but we are already talking for 10 minutes, so you already noticed something about me. Tell me, please, something about my character and things like that. So, yeah, it's the most often things to happen when I'm meeting someone.
Okay, yeah, and because they think you're a psychology person, so you analyze
Yeah,
everyone the whole time.
yeah, everyone, every moment of my life, I'm analyzing someone.
But
Yeah.
that's not true, or
Yeah, of course, it's not true. Of course, I think that there are some techniques and common traits of individual's character that you can notice in some communication. But still, as a psychological student, I'm not doing that, and I'm not don't exactly know how to do it in a professional way. And the second of all, even if I did know how to do it, I would not. When I meet some people in at the party, I just having fun, and I want to talk them like as a normal person. The other thing is, of course, something changed in my life and. My perception of people when I studied psychological studies in the university. But it's not that I'm analyzing someone, just my vision of the world and people's problem. That's all.
okay. But maybe it will come after you have worked for a few years. Maybe it will come naturally.
Probably, I met one woman. She is a psychologist. She is working for, I guess, 15 years already, and half of her experience, she also been working as a lie detection specialist. So she's working with people in a specific field of lies. So she told me that, of course, sometimes she has a feeling if someone is lying to her before even checking it with the machine and all the specific tools. But of course, as a specialist, she doesn't only count on her senses and feelings about person, but on the tools. But yes, she told me that with all the years of practice and experience, she can say something about person from the first sight or from the first 5 minutes of talking to him without any tools and machines.
Yeah, it's a good skill to have, I think.
Yeah, of course. But all every like most of things they come with experience, not just the books you've read.
Yeah, of course. And if they ask you why you wanted to study psychology, what do you say?
There are two things. I would say that first, I want to help people, and second, I want to understand people better. And they are connected because how can I help people if I don't understand them?
It's a good answer. When people want to change, why do you think that change is can be so difficult sometimes?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So sometimes I think it's really difficult to change because if we are speaking, for example, of habits, habits, they are so strong because they were growing in us, in our day-to-day activities for some time, and sometimes this duration, it's been years or decades, for example, if you're older. And habits are so strong because they already are the part of your life, and the time that you need to get rid of it should be also reasonable to the time that they will be they were staying in your life. If the habit is very very long and have been with you for years or decades, so the time to get rid of it must be reasonable to its duration and the longs of it being staying with you. So you can't get rid of something that was in you for 10 years in one day, for example. So every change needs its time because of the problems or habits or anything it is. Sometimes it's very strong in you.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I never heard about this, that if you live with a habit for a long time, you get kind of stuck in that habit.
Yeah, of course, it really starts to be a part of your life, everyday activity, and your brain and your body sometimes they are just get used to it. Just sometimes they need it, and in its absence of this habit that you want to get rid of, it just feels uncomfortable. Your brain, your body, your mentality, because whoa, all the time it has been here and now there is no of it, so something is wrong. Sometimes even if it's a bad thing and that's why you want to get rid of it, still our body, our brain, of course they already got used to it. So yeah.
I understand. So it's best never to get a bad habit, I guess, from the beginning.
I would say that everyone has bad habits,
Yeah, I guess
unfortunately.
so. Almost everyone.
Yeah, but how bad is it? It's the question.
Yeah, if it becomes a problem in your life, then it's something you should do something about.
But I would say that it's the moment when people notice it, if when it becomes a problem.
Do you know who David Goggins is?
Unfortunately, no. The thing about psychological literature, like this popular, um, of course, I read books, and I read books at my university. What about self-help books? Generally, I would say that I don't like them as a psychological student. And I know that they might help people who are just interested in psychology, not studying or not working in this field. And they can be helpful, of course. But for me, it's really hard to read them. I was trying a few times, but I feel a bit uncomfortable because there is something of psychology that I'm studying in a university and something from the pop culture that for me can't be mixed. If you know what I mean, something.
You can't mix it.
Yeah, you
It's
can mix it. Just for me, it feels uncomfortable. If I want to rest for an hour, I would rather read something different or watch something, not mix these things. First of all, yeah, I really feel weird about mixing literature, pop literature, with psychology or something I want to work in. And the second of all, yeah, if I want to have some time for myself, for my hobbies, I would rather not touch in, for example, psychology, because again, it's something I want to work in. So it's kind of not a rest for me, if you know what I mean.
yes. I mean the self-help kind of business. It's very very big. It's very big. So a lot of people are tuning into those kind of books, and it's a very big industry.
Yes, it is. I've heard of it, and many of my friends or family members, they sometimes they reading things like that, and then they calling me or texting me and saying that, oh, I read in this book this fact, and is it true? Or some tips for people that might be helpful, and sometimes they're just asking questions. For example, is it true? Can I rely on it? Can I trust it? Or is it really looks like that in psychology? So it's, of course, it's educational, and if it is a good book that a psychologist, for example, wrote, that's great. If some people are reading it and helping somehow themselves, that's really good.
So I'm a bit guilty in this way because I've read a lot of self-help books, and I can say it's one thing to read them, but it's another thing to actually make a change in your life. It's not enough reading it. So
Probably.
the problem is to actually make the change.
Mhm. There is probably two ways of reading this kind of books. First of all, it's more educational and for fun, how to say. And second of all, if you are thinking about changing something in your life because you feel that you need that change and you are starting with the book. So in the first way, great, you can read, just educate yourself in different fields, psychology included. But the second option, when you read and trying to find some help, it's a good step towards psychology. Maybe after you read this book, or you try to help somehow yourself, these self-help books, or you just decide that, okay, I can't do it myself, so probably I need a specialist, so I need to visit a therapist, for example. So both ways, I think it's a good thing, but not for me. For now, of course.
Okay, thank you, Daria.
You too.